Hi, in the last lesson, we understood how to import data in Power BI and ways to create different visuals. In these lessons, we'll understand how we can use field pane or field box to use or to create different visuals. So this is the Power BI desktop application. This is the canvas. Okay. So we have understood there are three panes. One is filter pane, another is visualize pane. This is field that field pane, okay, or field box we can say. So this is the report view. This is called the data view, that the data that we have imported. This is the model view. Okay. So we will create the report. We will build certain kind of visuals here by using the fields. So we must understand this value first. This is the fields. So we must understand that there are two types of data we have here. Like one is numeric data, another types of data is that is called text based data. What in Google Data Studio we call it dimensions. Okay. So what we need to do first, we need to drag certain values, certain cells, that is numeric field, into the value. So value basically it is here the requirement of this cell or this is that numeric field. So what we can do, we can drag, like take for example cells data, okay, sum of cells. We must understand here one important concept, that is called aggregation concepts. So this, when we drag certain kind of numeric field to the value, what happens? By default, these Power BI applications that convert the cell into the to convert the column into sum of the values in the column. Okay, we can see, take for example, when we drag this cells amount or cells column to this field, to this cells, what happens? It all the values were aggregated. Okay, so we can change, by default sum comes here. We can change this to average. We can see it is 2726971. This will change now. So this is now converted into 63,400 17, because we have not taken the sum, we have taken the average. We can see this is the average. We can, so if we want to check what is the minimum cells, okay, we can see the 4055, and whatever that as per our requirement we can select here. What is the maximum cells? That is this, okay, maximum cells. So this is called aggregations, concept of aggregations. So what Power BI does, when we drag, we select some of the numeric field. So the values in the particular columns are aggregated. Okay, it can be sum, it can be average, it can be minimum, it can be also maximum. So there are also other two options are also count and count distinct. We must understand. What is the meaning of count? So in case of count, what happens? It counts the number of values in the columns. Okay, number of values. Take for example, there are 60 or 50 the cells are there. Therefore, 60 values are there. So number of values will be taken as 60. But in case of count distinct is something different from count. So in case of count, it just count the number of values in the cells. But here some of the values may be repeated. Okay, like take for example 5, 5, 5, 5, 4 times 5 is there. Okay, so when we select this count distinct, what happens? Instead of taking 4 times 5, it will take 1 time. Okay, this is, so this is very much important. This is uh, being used when we use certain kind of we take certain kind of text based data. Take for example, Rahul is a person who is making the cells, and Rahul is has made 5 cells. Take for example, so Rahul as a name, it will consider as one name. It will not. It is not 5 names. So this is how actually count distinct is used. So there is a difference between count and count distinct. We have understood this. Okay. So then we can have, like, we can talk about standard deviation, that is the deviations that is being used in case of descriptive statistics, then variance, then median, all these things we can also say. Okay. So after that we can also, this is just the number, we have got the sum of cells. Okay, sum of cells we have got. Then we can also convert the sum of cells into a visuals. Take for example, this is a visuals. Take for example, this is a stacked column chart. Okay, stacked column chart. So this is now this value we have converted into a column. Okay, so if we hover over this like cells, we will get the maximum sales amount is this like 6,80,625. So we need to hover over this in order to get this figure. So we can drag here to the center, or we can enlarge it, or we can also minimize this, or we can also lessens this, whatever as per our convenience we can also use. Okay, so this is the sum of cells, or this is the maximum maximum of cells. We can also change now to this, we'll change this to sum. Okay, so Power BI by default it takes it sum, but we also need to some kind of calculations here, or visuals we will create by using this sum. Okay, so suppose how to break this one column into different that components. Take for example, so we have a state here. This is a categorical data. There are three types of cells. The states are there. One is Gujarat, then Delhi, then Maharashtra. Okay. We want to see the state, particular state wise cells. So what we need to do, we have to drag this to x-axis. Okay, x-axis. So this total, this is now total figure that we have seen as one column. Okay, one column. So that is now divided into three different parts. We can see what is the volume earlier. We can see. So earlier the volume was, it was something like, take for example 2726976. It is close to 3 millions. But when we are dragging this state is that dragged here to x-axis. You see, so this total volume total sales have been, sum of sales have been split into three different state-wise sales. So this is, you can see Gujarat sales, then we can see like Maharashtra, this is Delhi. Okay, so maximum number of maximum sales have been made by the state, that is called Gujarat, followed by Maharashtra, then followed by Delhi. So this we need to understand this. So we have understood this x-axis and y-axis, that is called values. Okay, then legend, we will understand legend. So basically legend, what legend does, it adds color to your data. Okay, it adds color to data. So take for example, there is another categorical data that is called product is there. So there are different kinds of products are there. We will drag this product into the legend. So you see there are different types of product like computer, headphones, laptops, mobile, tablets, these are also there. Okay, so maximum sales have been made by Gujarat, then followed by Maharashtra, then Delhi. So if we hover over this, we will find this like sum of sales is this, then this is the computer. So then this is for Gujarat, then we will find for laptop, then we will find for mobile, then we will find for tablet. Okay, so this is category wise sales we are getting, like state wise and product wise, that we are getting here. So this is how we can make. So we must understand what is the, there is another options that is given under field. This is called field tab. Okay, this is also called the field tab. Okay, so we will see like, we will bring these tool tips. We will use these tool tips. Suppose take for example, we will bring the quantity to tool tips. Okay, what is the function of tool tips? We must understand. So these tool tips, basically when we drag certain columns into the tool tips, it adds data to our visuals. Okay, so it doesn't reflect in the form of pictures or in the form of colors, or it is not reflected in the, but if we hover over this, we'll see this is, you can see now the quantity is added to this. So Gujarat state has made laptops, like total sum of quantity sold as far as laptop is concerned is 26. This is the sum of sales for the laptop category. Then this is the sum of sales like 5 computers. So for this is the sum of sales. Then this is the sum of sales for 8 mobiles for Gujarat state. Okay, so we can see basically tooltips. It adds data to the visual. So what we want to see in our visuals, what kind of data we want to see in our visuals when uh, we are developing certain kind of visuals. Okay, so this is how we have understood x-axis, that is the categorical data. Then we understood the numeric data, y-axis, then product, that is called legend, it adds color to our visuals. Then we also understood these tooltips. Okay, so we can also simple, we can convert this visual into different, like take for example, this is stacked bar chart. Okay, this is a column charts. Okay, columns that are vertical, this is horizontal. We can convert this into horizontals, or we can also that convert this into clustered column chart. Okay. Clustered column chart, it will appear like this. That means individual that columns are being created here. Okay, so we can also create 100% stack chart. Take for example, we can also do. Then we can also, like, we can also convert this into like this. So whatever cells that we want to create, we can also create this. Okay, so okay, so this is easy basically. So let us summarize what we have understood. So basically we have understood the use, how we can use numeric fields to create visuals, and how we can create, we can that use text based field to create visuals, and the functions of legend, that is for the purpose of adding color to our visuals. Then we also understood the tooltips, functions of tooltips in our visuals. We can use all these options to create beautiful different visuals. Okay, that's for the lessons. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.